Hi guys, welcome back. So, hi baby. Okay, I know, what happened? Oh, okay. You wanna talk about it? Can you say hi to everybody? People love it when you say hi. Aw, come on, say hi. Say hi, say hi. Okay, you could sit here. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm finally gonna venture into a video topic that I've been wanting to venture into. I just have kind of been nervous about it, but I'm just gonna jump into it. And because I mean, a lot of you guys have asked me to venture into talking more about handbags, and I've been kind of timid about it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Like, handbags is something besides makeup that I'm very, very passionate about. I am a collector and I spend a lot of time looking at handbags from all different brands, and so I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm an enthusiast. So I figured I would just start off small and I would do a wallet on chain comparison. So I have the YSL wallet on chain that I purchased back in December of 2017, and then I got a Chanel wallet on chain while I was overseas in Europe, and I just figured I would hop on here and do a, you know, comparison between the two of them. I figured this might be helpful to a lot of people who might be in between two styles, or if you're not sure, like, you know, if you should save up for one or the other. This might help you decide. So this wallet on chain, okay, so first of all, I did not plan to purchase this boy wallet on chain while I was in Europe. I wasn't planning to purchase this for another couple of years, but the only reason why I went ahead and purchased it while I was over there was because I realized that this YSL was not wearing very well at all. Let's begin with size. So when it comes to size, they're roughly the same size in height and in length, but in width there is a difference. So I've worn both, and I can tell you that the Chanel one holds a lot more. It's a lot deeper, because the mechanisms and the design of this is a lot different. So let's go ahead and start with the YSL one. So the YSL wallet on chain does have the metallic logo right in front. It's a pebbled leather with a chevron print. It has one button closure, and inside I have the strap tucked inside. The strap is connected to the bag by two D-rings, and it is just hooked on with a lobster clasp to a chain. The chain is two sides of Italian silver links with a strap of leather. So the leather is the part that's supposed to be exposed to your shoulder, and it's supposed to make it more comfortable for you to wear. When it comes to the inside, it does have, let me see, so the inside, it has 6 card slots, 1 back slot for you to put cash or some papers, 1 large compartment for you to put whatever else you need in there, maybe a phone, a lipstick, keys, and 1 zippered compartment for you to put any important documents. When I was carrying this, I would put, like, you know, my insurance card and just, you know, papers that I don't want getting lost in here, or if you want, you could even put your cash in here. And so that's what you have. It is an envelope closure, so as you can see, it just pretty much opens and it folds right over. And the button clasp is a classic button clasp where you have to push it in for it to close. So for the Chanel one, I did get the boy wallet on chain. There is a classic flap version, but I opted for the boy just because it's a little more casual, and I did get it in caviar leather. It does come in lambskin, but I got it in caviar leather because I figured this was gonna be my wallet on chain, and this bag is meant for more daily wear. And just like, you know, my rationale behind the jumbo that I got, that's also in caviar, it's meant for daily wear, and I didn't want to have to be too careful about, you know, getting it scratched or whatever, because this is meant to go on my hip and it's meant to go around my shoulder, and just for me to, like, you know, walk around with it. And it's meant for daily wear, and it was more realistic for me to get caviar leather, something that was a little more robust. So like I said, I got the wallet on chain in the boy version, and if I remember correctly, the insides of the boy and the classic flap are the same. It's just the outside design. So the boy wallet on chain has the stitched frame around with the CCs right in front and the quilting. The chain that comes with it is the classic Chanel interwoven chain. The leather that is interlaced with the chain is a caviar leather as well, But a big difference that I want to note with this one and the caviar leather that's in the jumbo, this one does not squeak. I think it's because the chains are smaller and the leather is a little softer. So this one, the chains do not squeak, whereas the one over there in the jumbo, that one really does squeak a lot. So this one, if you're experiencing squeaking, which I'm sure you do, if you experience squeaking with your chains for your jumbo, you're not going to experience the same level of squeakiness for the wallet-on chain. So like I said, the leather is interwoven with a chain, and you know, there's no specific leather piece that's supposed to go over your shoulder. This one literally is all around, and it's very comfortable to wear despite like no specific leather closure. It does close with a button. The only difference is that this button is a magnetic closure, so you don't have to push in order for it to close. You literally just make sure it's lined up and it will close on its own. So if you open it up, you'll see the button closure here. There is an added zipper pocket right here, and it's just a Chanel thing. Chanel is known for having like a secret little zipper up here. It's more of like a novelty thing. It's a little like homage to Coco Gabrielle's you know, secret compartment that she had where she kept her secret love letters. So if you open it, you'll see that the difference between the YSL one and the Chanel one is that the Chanel one is not connected in two areas with a lobster clasp and a D-ring. This one is connected by one long leather strip. So where the YSL one, the chains are stationary, like no matter how you pull it, like the chains are going to stay as is. With this one, the chain you can, you know, move and switch however you want. The chain is not stationary. So if you look at it on the inside, you do have the same amount of card slots. You have 6 card slots. You have one little compartment right here for cash, as opposed to it being back here along the wall. Like the YSL one, the slot is actually right here. And then same as the YSL one, the Chanel one does have a secret compartment here for you to put wherever you need, important documents or cash, whatever you don't want to lose, or even your coins, whichever. And then you have another slot right here. I use it for cash, but again, you could use it for whatever you want. And then as I mentioned earlier, if you want to close your bag, just go ahead and snap it in place, and the magnetic closure will take care of closing it all the way for you. So the first thing that I noticed when I was wearing the two is, like I said, the space. So if you guys look, the YSL one, like I said, is an envelope closure. It just folds right over, and that's why it gives you that like very nice envelope shape. It's nicely domed on top. Like I said, it just folds right over, but as a result, it doesn't give you a lot of room. With the Chanel one, you could see that they had engineered it to give it an extra amount of space. I would say like it's an extra inch, so that the wallet on chain has room to expand up here. Because there's no extra room up here, the bag can only expand down here, and there's not much room for expanding up here. So right off the bat, the capacity is a lot larger for the Chanel one, despite it being very, very similar in size to the YSL one. Now, in terms of closure, like I mentioned before, this one is a button that you do have to press in order to get it to close. This one is a magnetic closure. You just have to make sure it's aligned, and the magnetic closure will do all the work for you. So for this one, I carried this one with me all throughout Europe, you know, on my trip. So I wore this every single day. And as soon as I got back, I've been wearing this every single day. So I've worn this both roughly for about 2 weeks consistently each. And in my experience, this one was a lot more convenient, because for this one, while I was traveling, every time I took something in and out, I had to make sure, I literally had to stop and make sure that it closed all the way. Like I had to make sure the buttons were aligned, and since it's such a small button, I literally had to like stop and press it hard to make sure that it was closed. Whereas this one, it's a lot more thoughtless. Like I don't dread taking anything in and out of this. You know, you open it, you close it, and usually, even if it's not aligned, the magnet will keep everything somewhat together. So that's one point of difference that I found, you know, was a plus on the Chanel side. However, one thing that bothered me about the Chanel one is that this zipper right here. So I know this one is more of a novelty, and it's you know, I don't know a lot of people that actually use this for its function. I personally don't use it for its function. However, this zipper, this tag right here, the zipper, it is very annoying, because sometimes if you close it and you close it standing up like this, you see how it gets caught like this? So what ends up happening is that this ends up stabbing your wallet on chain, and even as I look at it, like I see little dents where this has, you know, punctured the leather. You know, it's a slight inconvenience, but it just kind of like, it doesn't really help with the integrity of the bag. It doesn't help with the longevity. Like, you know, this wallet doesn't really benefit from having this little compartment up here. If anything, this has gotten in the way of me closing the bag a couple times where I'm not really thinking about it. I forget it's there. I close it, and this is kind of preventing me from closing it all the way, and I'm pushing on it, you know, thinking what's wrong. And so by pushing on it, this is, you know, puncturing the bag even more. And so I'm left with a couple of dents in the leather. So, you know, this is a definite con for me. You know, this pocket, that's not necessary, and this zipper that I don't feel like they really thought it out. And I wonder if I'm the only one that's been experiencing this, but this zipper, not necessary. It's kind of ruining the bag. It's, you know, it's kind of ruining the physicality of the bag, and it's kind of getting in the way of, you know, my so-called easy closing. So in terms of card slots and, you know, pockets, I would say it's pretty much a draw. The Chanel one has one extra pocket on it, but you know, it's not something I really noticed when I was using this. But the biggest difference in carrying it was the capacity. So this one definitely holds a lot more, which I appreciate. But the thing that I really wanted to get into was the wear of the bag. So like I said earlier, I wasn't planning on buying a wallet on chain in Europe. Like, I wasn't planning to buy a wallet on chain for a while. Like, I had bought this back in December. I had worn it a couple times. I was very happy with it. I think it's the cutest thing ever. Like, it's so cute. It's small. It's a different brand from what I had before, and I just thought it was perfect. But it wasn't until I was, you know, traveling and I was using it consistently every day that I started to notice something. And I had asked my boss about it because she has a wallet on chain too, the exact same one, except her hardware is black. So same bag, just different hardware. And I asked her about it, if this happened to her, and she said it did. And when she pulled hers out, it was crazy. So this is what I noticed. As I was wearing it, it kind of started right around the edges here. So I was wearing it one day and I realized that this part was sticky. It started getting sticky, and I thought, like, oh my god, like, did I spill something on it? Like, how could I be so clumsy? And so I got a napkin and I started kind of wiping it off, except the stickiness didn't go away. And then I looked at it closer and I realized that it was kind of the varnish that was going away. And so as I continued to wear it in Europe, the stickiness started to spread. So right here at the corners where there's a lot of traffic and activity, it has completely gotten sticky. So basically, from what I'd gathered, is that this bag has a coating, and that's what gives it this very shiny, you know, beautiful shiny finish. It has a coating, and as you continue to wear it, what happens is that this coating goes away, and that's what happened to the edges. So, you know, areas where it gets a lot of traffic, where it hits against your body as you use it, the coating starts to go away. And so especially right here where the corner is, where I've used it to open and close, and the edges where it's rubbing against my hip or whatever I'm bumping into, as you wear it, the coating starts to go away and it exposes the leather that's underneath. And from what I saw from my bosses, she's had hers for about 2 years, and from what I saw is that as you wear it to its fullest capacity, like, the entire coating will go away and the entire bag, and no area of the bag will have any coating left on it. And so what you're left with is a very sticky, dull looking leather underneath. And I think that is so unfortunate because, you know, for the price of a YSL wallet on chain, that shouldn't happen. Like, it's different if the leather starts to get soft and a little squishier and it wears down a little bit. But for me, it's not okay for there to be a coating that comes off. Like, even though they decided to coat this bag, I feel like this bag shouldn't, I feel like the coating shouldn't come off as it wears, because then the bag, you know, it doesn't wear well. Like, it doesn't age well. I have had bags like that Louis Vuitton back there. It is, you know, years old. It's over 6 or 7 years old, and it does not wear like that. The coating on that canvas does not go away. And it's very unfortunate that the coating on this YSL does go away. And if it were me, if it were just me, it would be different, but it's happened to my boss, and she takes care of her bags. Like, she likes nice things and she takes care of her belongings. She takes care of her bags. But it's unfortunate that, like, you know, I'm looking at that bag and she bought it black, but it looks more like a faded black denim. Like, it doesn't even look that black anymore. It just looks very dull. The texture is very sticky. It's a very sticky leather. It doesn't look beautiful anymore, and it shouldn't be like that. And that's why I opted for a Chanel one, because even though it's practically double the price, my Chanel Jumbo, and I've worn it for over a year at this point, I haven't experienced any wear, any tear. Like, there's no varnish that comes off. Like, the corners, you know, even though, like I said, I've been wearing it for a year, like, the corners are still intact. Like, there's no stickiness of the leather. It's not losing its shine. It's not getting dull. Where this one, I've worn it for 2 weeks and the edges are already getting dull. The raw leather underneath is being exposed, and it kind of just, it sucks because the bag starts to look cheap as you wear it out, and that's not how it should be. And that was my biggest pet peeve about this bag, and that's why I opted to get this one. So overall, this bag, it's so cute. It's such a sleek design. It's super pretty. It's good for day, good for night, you know, good for every day, good for a night out, you know, goes well with a dress, goes well with, you know, jeans and a top. But the biggest thing about this is that it wears so badly, and it shouldn't do that. Like, I can't emphasize how disappointed I am, because a bag should not do that. Like especially not after 2 weeks. Like, if I had had this for 10 years and it looks beat up, then you know what? That's fair. I've worn it to its fullest. It's lived a long, happy life. Fine. I wore this bag for 2 weeks and I see awful wear and tear. And I'm telling you guys, like, I take care of my bags. Like, my bags are my babies, as you guys can tell at this point. Like, I wasn't throwing this on the floor. I wasn't bumping into things on purpose. Like, I baby all my bags, you know, even though it's a more robust material, I still baby all my bags. And for me to take good care of it, and for me to just wear it like a normal person, and it's already starting to have really bad wear and tear on the corners, and the coating's coming off, and and certain areas are looking dull, I think it's just unacceptable. Visually, it is a beautiful bag. The storage capacity, not the same as the Chanel's. The button closure, it's, you know, a little inconvenient, and the wear is absolutely horrendous, even though it's a beautiful wallet-on chain in itself. If you had to choose one, I would say just save up and get the Chanel one, because this one, for the price, it shouldn't wear the way it does. The Chanel one, great capacity. If you want it in caviar leather, it doesn't come in a shiny hardware. That's my only pet peeve. I wish it came in a shiny hardware, because as you guys can see, I prefer a shinier hardware. I prefer silver hardware, and I prefer a little on the shinier side. Where this one, it's not a silver hardware, it's like a rusty rubidium hardware, but it's, you know, I still prefer it over gold, but I prefer like a shiny hardware, and they didn't have it, but it's fine. I'm very happy with it. You know, magnetic closure is great, storage capacity is great, it wears very well, because I know that Chanel treats its leather a little differently, where they don't necessarily have to give it such like an intense coating as a YSL one for it to have that shine and gloss. And this one, no matter how much you wear it, it's not going to give it that dull effect that the YSL one ended up with. But like I said, my pet peeve, the only thing that I hate about this is that this random ass zipper right here that just stabs your bag by accident sometimes. But other than that, if you guys had to choose between one of these, I would say go for the Chanel one. You know, lambskin or caviar, it's up to you guys. The Chanel one is just more worth the price. Like, the lambskin, I would say, like, just be careful with it. You do have to baby it because it's a lambskin, and she does scratch very easily. Whereas caviar, it's a little more robust. You don't have to worry about it too much. I haven't had to worry about it too much. It's just been really convenient. But yeah, guys, between the two of these, I would say definitely get the Chanel one. Like, it's worth your money. You get what you pay for. All in all, that is the reality of things. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys want to see more handbag videos, just let me know. Send me all your requests down there, whether you guys want me to talk about like my Celine bag or my Balenciaga or like a bag comparison. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and I would be more than happy to film it for you guys. So like I said, you know, as always, comment down below if you guys have any questions. Send me an email, DM me, call me at the counter, wherever you guys want to reach me, however you guys want to reach me, go ahead and reach out. And I'm always more than happy to talk to you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye.